this episode on Off Track Adventures, 8 mates and I head on to the beautiful Moreton Island for a week full of fishing, sightseeing and four-wheel driving. Little did we know though, there was a serious storm heading our way. You do not want to miss this one. This place is better than Fraser Island, I will tell you that much. I started my trip in Melbourne, did the 20-hour drive. She was a big one, did it relatively quick to get up here in time, and then now we are fully loaded. Everything's come along this time. I've got my whole toy hauler with me, and I'm spending a week on Moreton Island. It's going to be sick. I'm so excited. We've got so much cool stuff to do. The weather's not great, but we'll get there. Hopefully we get a bit of fishing and a bit of just adventuring in general. Morton Island is a small little island off the coast of Brisbane. It's very similar to Fraser Island, but smaller. But unlike Fraser, there is no made roads on the island at all. So letting your tyres down at beach pressures on the ferry over is strongly suggested, especially if you're getting onto the beach at high tide. You'll have plenty of time to air down as the ferry ride over is about 90 minutes long. Don't worry though, there's a nice cafe supplying coffee, cakes, pies, all those sort of small grab and go items. They also supply alcohol, but I am warning you that the local police have been known to breather you as you come off the ferry. The ferry departs from Port of Brisbane and it's recommended to arrive around 30 minutes early. Booking is easy through the Moreton Island Adventures website and I'll put the link for that in the description below. As you can see there, the ferry drops you straight onto the sand. I got onto the island with an outgoing tide, so there was minimal hard sand to drive on, but at low tide it is like a highway. Alright, just got onto the island and now we're heading up to find our campsite. We're just going to go camp on Northwest campgrounds. I think there's about 74 of them along there that you can sort of pick and choose where you want to go, so let's go find a mint campsite and then the others will come meet me there. Most of the island is accessible at high tide, but you're best off travelling around at low tide, especially if you've got a trailer in tow. Our group is fairly big, we're 8 adults plus 2 children, but I will introduce them to you as we go along. The joys of trying to tow trailers on sand. Trying to get them up into the spots can be difficult. How are we doing here, Cinders?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah? You done good? Hello, Hudson. Alright, we've got one of the caravans in, which you'll see in a second. But for now, I was going to put my boat in so I can get my car in, or my trailer. But I can't really bother doing with that, so I'm just going to drop it on the beach, right over there somewhere, and then we can drag it in later. After spending a bit of time settling into camp and having a quick swim around, we decided it was time to drag the boat into the water and have a bit of a cruise around and a quick fish. We had Timber sitting in the front, Erin at the back, while Hudson was just running amok. We're getting a few little ones, but they're almost smaller than lures. Hang on to them for bait, but that's about it. Tim's doing a lure swap, getting it deeper. Hudson's just screaming. And Aaron's driving now. How good? Let's keep going. Just trolling. After a short while, Hudson had enough, so it was time to drop Aaron and Hudson off, while Timber and I headed back out and tried our luck at a bit more fishing. Timber reckons he just spotted some tuna busting up, so we're going to go see if we can find him again. Because it was jigging, the pole was doing nothing for us, so. Go on your home pigeon, find him. There we go, first little hookup, first little Macatuni. Hey, get in. There we go. Good for some bait now. Bit of shark bait, what do you reckon? Yeah, good. Catch some fish now. Got a bit, got a few little fish to use as bait, so let's head back in and grab some beers. He agrees. Well, let's do it. Hung around in the water for the afternoon, having a few beers and relaxing, before we thought it was a good idea to throw in a line and see if we couldn't reel a shark or two in. Just decided to have a bit of a crack at shark fishing for the night, and Timber's on. He's done alright. Hey?
It might not be that big.
Oh really? Oh, you're already there. After Timber said it's not that big, the shark got its second wind and took off for another bit of a run. Yeah. Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! Oh no.
Got some good teeth. Is it? Yeah.
Well, are you scared?
Yeah, have a look at these teeth.
Yeah, they have some chompers.
Rolling a shark onto its back relaxes them and puts them into a bit of a hypnotic state, allowing for easier handling without hurting the shark or yourself. It's always a good idea to run some water through the shark's gills and helping them gently swim away after being caught. Same goes with other species of fish. And with the release of that shark, we have rounded off the first day and a half on the island, and I tell you what, it only gets better from here. Day 3, we woke up to our expected a lot of rain. So everyone's sort of just hanging out in their own little dry patch area. I've accidentally collected a lot of water overnight, but it's just going to be a coffee sort of day, and I reckon it might clear up, to be honest. I reckon it's just going to rain during the nights, and we're supposed to have what, 30 mil tomorrow, 20 the day after, and 15 the day after that or something. So a lot of rain coming, but we'll make do. So for now, let's get me coffee going and chill out. Rain's cleared up a little bit, so everyone's decided to go for a fish. Timber's hooked on the far bit. It's better be worth all this effort.
Whatever it is, it's quite big.
Is it? That's good. Ooh! Yeah, you undercooked this one a little bit, didn't you?
Pretty small bait.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it doing anything or just a rake?
Nah, it's long. I think it might be a little shark, mate.
Oh, that'd be fun. So it bites you off.
Yeah, I think shovel nose racing.
Walking?
It's got a big wide nose.
Oh, I couldn't feel the nose. Let's hurry up and pull it in.
Hurry up, Tim.
Taking the piss now.
Go get it. Oh, there it is.
I can guarantee it'll swim off as soon as I walk out there. Bye!
Off it goes. Not getting very far though.
Got you!
Oh, you bastard!
Yay!
That was way harder than it had to be.
Oh, look how cute it is!
Maddie's coming. Guys, I found Maddie.
Ends up this shovel-nosed shark had already been caught, and I assume it busted off from the other fella as it still had a metre or two of line hanging out of its mouth. And somehow Tim managed to get tangled in the old line. Was that a lucky catch or skill? Let me know in the comments. Again, it's always a good idea to revive the fish a little bit before releasing them, especially when you're in the surf so they don't get stuck in all the breakers at the start.
You see what's inside of me right now. I don't wanna let you go right now.
While the rain was holding off, we decided to go check out some of the sights around the island.
You see what's inside of me right now.
Alright, we've just pulled in, have a quick look at the wrecks around Bulwa. This island's littered with wrecks everywhere, it's really cool to see. And at the right time, there's dolphins everywhere here.
And with impeccable timing, we spotted a pod of dolphins cruising towards the wrecks, chasing fish and playing in the breakers. At first I thought the dolphins were just playing in the waves, but once I looked a little bit closer, I was able to see they were actually rounding up little bowls of bait fish for a small carp. The dolphins usually work their way down the coast at sunset as a Tangalooma resort does a feeding show. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I'll leave up to you to decide, but let me know how you feel about this in the comments section. Once the dolphins had moved on, we decided it was time for us to get back in the cars and keep adventuring. So those wrecks are just outside of Bulwa, so we're just going to duck into Bulwa now. I think Erin wants a couple of drinks maybe. There's a cool little shop there called Castaways. Sells bait, ice creams, all that sort of stuff. Any little bits and pieces that you might have forgot, they possibly have. So let's duck in and have a quick squiz at it.
Oh, look, that is me. It looks pretty similar.
What are your lips?
Oh, I had a big night.
There's marshmallow sticks.
Alright, stocked up on alcohol and iced coffee, and now heading back over to the east coast just to run down the beach, nice and easy, quick, and then we're going to jump back across to Tangalooma and go pick up my mate Maddie. So she should be here in the next half an hour, so let's go get it.
Guys, I found Maddie.
This isn't actually Maddie.
Picked up Maddie.
This is. But for now, it was time to take the inland track over to the other side of the island, which provided us with some beautiful scenery.
She looks wet.
Water is wet.
The inland tracks can hold some water. These holes are freshwater and generally they are quite shallow, but it's always a good idea to check the depth before entering any body of water in your car, as long as it's safe to do so.
first little river crossing for the trip. This island's actually littered with them all over the place. Really good for washing a car after driving on the beach, really. Probably could have hit a little bit faster, got a bit more up underneath, but you know, slow and controlled wins the race all the time, I heard. So for now, keep on moving on and find the next spot.
Here is one of the many shipwrecks to be found on Moreton Island. As far as I'm aware, these two are not on any maps, and I'm not going to tell you where they are. I will, however, tell you that they are on the southern end of the island, so you'll just have to get out there and find these ones for yourself.
Alright, I'm just pulling into Big June. We're pushing it a little bit with the tides. You can only get down this beach on low tide. So, quick look at it and then turn around and head back down, back towards camp. Go look at Big Desert after that, and then, yeah, back to camp, grab some beers. And here's Maddie. And here comes Graham and Cinders.
It was time to get our climbing shoes on and head up this big sand dune. As the rain started to drop again, we made tracks back towards camp. The beach on the southwest side of the island is quite soft, with the sand dunes hard up against the beach and sections where dead trees are poking out onto the beach as well. It is impassable on a high tide, so take this as a warning. Do not attempt it at high tide or a late incoming tide. It can catch you out very quickly. While we were relaxing for the afternoon back at camp, we've seen plenty of marine life swimming past our front door.
Alright, that was a adventurous day. Went and seen, what did we do? Pretty much cruised up to Bulwar, then across to the other side of the island, up the beach, back across the middle crossover lane thing, and then went to Tangalooma, picked up Maddie, and then went to the Big Dune and the Big Desert. And then now we're back here, cooking some food, having some beers, and we're going to end it there for the day. Oh yeah, we've seen a dugong. That was pretty cool. I've got the drone up, so I'll show you that one. And yeah, we'll see us all in the morning again.
River mouth changed directions and depth each day. This happened with every high tide banking up the flow of the river, helped by the onshore winds we were getting, pushing the water even higher up the beach, and the rain we were getting was just fighting it from the other direction. The wild weather we had was making for some interesting situations.
Good bloody morning. We popped about a bit this morning, had some brekkie, coffees, watched the sunrise, and now we're in the car. We're going to go to the northern tip, go look at 5 hills lookout. I think it was 5 something hills, 5 something lookout. I'll look at it properly later and I'll put it in a little note. And then we're going to the gutter bar, so should be a good one. Might stop off and look at Rouse Battery on the way down the west coast, sorry, east coast, because why wouldn't we? So let's go. Just at the bottom of Five Hills Lookout, and just going to walk up quickly. I've just seen a tour bus show up, so I'm going to walk up very quickly to beat them, because you don't want to be looking at this with 45 other tourists. So let's get up there. A bit of a walk, about 500 metres I'd say, up a hill. It's not too bad, but in the sand will get you going a little bit. See us all up there. There you have it, Five Hills Lookout. Now we go to the Gutter Bar. It's a nice little bar down there, low tide only sort of access, so time to go. And we beat the tour bus, which is handy. Running probably wasn't worth it though. All right, let's go. That's it for now, but stay tuned as the second half of our Moreton Island adventure is action-packed. We come across this dead end with no choice but to get across it. We also have a severe storm come through with damaging winds, forcing me to park the tinny in the river overnight, where it filled with water and was found sitting on the sand the next morning. We also had to save a boat that washed up ashore just down the beach from us. On top of that, we had to do a recovery on a 4-wheel drive that had fallen into a bottomless hole. We did all this while still trying to do the normal island sightseeing activities like the Gutter Bar, snorkeling in Tangalooma wrecks, fishing, and 4-wheel driving. This is definitely an episode you do not want to miss.